Welcome, FX Master here. So, the next step we're going to look at still on confirmation, yeah, but this time we're going to be looking at sell confirmation. How do you know that sellers are actually in the market, that this set of people have actually won and are currently in control of the market? Remember, the rules still remain. You don't just jump into the market, you don't just enter. Rather, you want to observe, you want to wait, you want to confirm. Okay, remember the steps I gave us earlier on the first video on this confirmation. We said the steps goes where first it must touch the level. Don't forget this. Okay, then it should be able to break the level. Okay, and there should be a close. The candle must close. You don't open when in the middle of a candle. Always wait for a close. Then you should be able to see a confirmation candle. Okay, it confirmed. Okay, then you now enter. So we'll still follow the steps in this sell confirmation. Now let's go. How do you know sellers actually in control? Okay, first of all, let's take up a round number. We're still gonna use our 90, 4890, 4890. Okay, okay, so that's our level here. I'm going to use this. Please remember, you need to be able to know where a candle closes and where it opens. Remember, that's why I gave us that assignment, that we need to mark the high and the low of the candles. Okay, so then here for a sell confirmation, remember, first of all, a sell candle, or a bearish candle or a sell candle opens where? It opens high up here and closes low, right? So this is where it opens. There might be a wick. The way it closes matters. Buy candle opens below and close above. Sell candle opens up here. This is where it opens. And then it does what? Closes here. Closes below. Okay? So here we are saying that first step is that the price should touch the level. So there should be a candle. Price should get to this level. Price should get to at least 4980. That's gotten to that price. Are you supposed to buy here? No, price just got there, so you should wait for your. Now it has touched. Remember the levels. So having touched the level, the next thing is that there should be a break. A candle should break below. Now at this point, having touched the level, the next step is a candle comes. Remember, sell candle does what? Opens high and closes below. Open. Still wanted to get this, so and then closes. Have you noticed that this candle closed below this very level, right? It closes below 4980, right? I'm sure you are getting that. So it has broken now. The next thing that should happen, okay, because you are not supposed to enter even after this break has happened. The next thing that should happen, or you should wait to confirm, is your confirmation candle. How do you know? How do you get the confirmation candle? That is to say, the next candle that comes, okay, should close below the low of the break candle. This next candle that comes after this one should close below the low of the break candle. Please, where is the break candle? This is the break candle. Of course, it is this candle that broke the level, so we call it break candle, right? Now, just hope you are getting it. I'm going to signify this with BC. That's break candle. This is the break candle. That's our break candle. This blue candle here is the break candle, because that's the candle that broke this particular level. How do we know it broke the level? We know this because it closes below with a full body, not weak. It closes below. the level. So that's why we call it. Of course, as it is obvious, this candle broke this one now. It has broken the level, so it closed below. So like I said, the next candle should close below the low. Please, in this candle, where is the low and where is the high? You agree with me that the low is this where the candle closed, right? This is the low, and this is the high where it opened. That's the high of that candle. So we are saying here that the next candle, for you to even be sure, okay, the next candle should close below the low. Where is the low? Here, right? So this next candle that is coming, I'm going to use blue to represent my candles. The candle, wherever it opens, it should close below the low. Are you getting this? This candle, this is the low of this candle, right? This is the low of this candle, the L, while this is the high. Remember, a sell candle opens where it opens high, it opens up and closes below. So this is the low of this candle where I'm writing right now. So this low is lower than this low. Are you getting it? So we're saying that the next candle should be able to should close below the low of the break candle. This is the break candle, right? I need to use another color. This is the break candle. This is the break candle. And this is where the candle close, right? This is the low of this candle. So we're saying that this second candle should close below. This is below. Below here. Here, this place is lower than this place. Sorry, I had to emphasize it for those who are not really conversant with candlestick. For those of you that are very okay with candlestick, you won't have this issue. In fact, just by making the statement, you will understand what I mean. But I'm just trying to show a pictorial representation of what I'm trying to say here. Okay, specifically for those who don't know about candlestick or who doesn't even know where candlestick opens and where it closes. So for emphasis, this is where this candle closes, this is where this one closes. So the close of this one is lower than this one, right? That is the meaning here. So I need to clean this. Okay, so hope you got that point. Now this is the level. I don't mind repeating this, and so I want you to get it. Now, the first candle, when price got to the level, the next confirmation is that a candle should break below. This is the high of this candle. This is the low of this candle, right? The next candle that comes should close below the low. This is the low of this one. This is the high of this one. I don't want to confuse you, but I would have brought in this in that, lower low and higher highs. But let's leave it at that point, because at this point you see that this low is lower than this low. That is why we have lower low. This is a lower low. This is a low. This is a lower low. So you hear that they said sell trend comprises of lower lows, okay, well, high uptrend comprises of higher highs, okay, and higher lows, while this one is lower lows. But let's leave that English for now. What we're looking at here is that obviously, as you can see, the low of this candle is lower than this low. That is a confirmation for yourself. This is to show you that for sellers to have pushed, they broke this level. Not just breaking the level, the next candle that came closes below this level. What is that telling you? These people are now in control. So should you enter while the second candle is forming? No, it's an error, because you're not even setting yet. Rather, you should enter at the close of this candle. The next candle that tries to come up, enter your trade. Enter at the third candle, because we are very certain that this candle would close below this one. You're already banking profits. So I hope you got this point. Now, the question now is, why does this work? Why should you wait and ensure all these confirmations? Okay, It is because one particular candle can lie. Oh. Why do I say so? Price got to 48.90. That's not enough reason for you to enter. Let's use a sale for a scenario. In this scenario, use a sale. Price got to this place. By the time you if you are not careful, it might still do what? It might still reverse. Okay? But then there should be a break here. A candle should close below that level you are looking at. A candle should close below that level for a sell. Then for a buy, a candle should close above the level. Close of a candle, not open. Because like I said, one candle can actually lie. One of these candle can lie. Okay? But if you are waiting, why you need to wait? Note that from what I've explained so far, you are looking at first, second candle. First and second candle. The first candle should break the level. This is the first candle. The second candle coming down. If it closes below, at least you are sure that two candles showing the same direction means real control. It means that one of the sellers are in the market. With a confirmation like this, the sellers are in the market. Let me draw this clearly. Because if not for anything, I want you to get this point very well. 4890. Okay. For a buy, candle should close. No, this video was for sale, so let's continue with the sale. This is the candle close. This is the close of a candle. This is the open. Okay, it opens here and closes here. So we are saying that the next candle that comes should close below the close of, or the low. This is the low. It should close below the low of the other candle. This is your sure confirmation. So with this, you can enter the next candle that's trying to form. That is what we mean. Now, let me also use this opportunity to explain what a rejection candle is. That is when you have the likes of doji, the likes of hammer, but I'm going to spare you that for now. This is it. Is it hammer? Yeah, we have doji, hammer, shooting star. All those ones are example of some kind of rejection candles, but let's spare ourselves that big names for now. Let's understand. Like I said, I think I've made this statement earlier. I'm more interested in the characteristics of a candle, how this candle behaves. I can judge a candle based on the behavior, not just the name. So let's get to know what happens. Now, if I'm going to show us an example of a rejection, okay, on a buy market. This is 48.90. We're still going to use this 48.90. We're still going to use our 48.90. Pause. So, this is the level we are looking at. Example of a round number, 48.90. Now, this is the level. I'm going to show you a rejection candle. Okay. Now, remember, we said for a buy that a candle should be able to close above. There should be a break. A break means candle has closed above that very level. This is the close of the candle. In a buy scenario, this is the open or the low. The high of that candle should be where? Should be above. It should close above this particular level. So now, in a case of a rejection, how do you know that there's a rejection? Buyers were in the market. They pushed. They push, and a candle closed above. And they tried again. They kept pushing. If you see something like this, you should notice that some candles like this with a long wick, when a body closes down, a long wick like this, and a body closes down. This is a rejection. Remember, in our last video, I told us that this week most times signifies failure. Failure. That is to say, this they tried. Sellers, buyers tried though to still push this market up. That's why you should never enter at the close of the first candle. I talked about waiting for two candles to close. Remember, sometimes you might see there's a close like this. That's my first confirmation. I'm sure. Get ready to buy. But before you notice a candle that closes like this with a long wick and a body closes down. This is a rejection candle. This is a rejection candle showing you that these people tried though, but these are sellers that push them. For a candle to close below, if this is a close, it shows that it's a sell candle, right? You should know that already. So these buyers were coming up like this. Buyers were coming up. They came up. They were able to close below. They started again. They were trying. The next thing, they were pushed down and they close below. So if this happens, you just ignore the trade. If you just ignore, that is in a situation whereby you were trying to buy, you notice this happens. There is a break, or there is a rejection, a long wick and a body closing down. You shouldn't still enter at the second candle. You should wait. In fact, at this point, you can still wait. If you were sure that you were in an uptrend and you were sure that I've seen my stop trend, everything, I'm sure this market was supposed to buy, and then this happened, you notice that there is a rejection that happens here. I'll tell you, wait, don't enter. Okay, there is nothing like, even if you miss the opportunity, the market has never run away. You came and met this market. It has been in existence for decades, for years. So even if you miss a setup, it doesn't work out for you, don't worry, wait. In fact, at that point, I'll tell you, if there was a close like this, the next candle comes and there's a rejection, should you enter your buy? No. Instead, wait for another candle. If another candle comes up and still close below, above like this, in a buy situation, or close above, the next candle comes, wait for the next candle. The next candle comes and closes. You see that this high is higher than this high. This is another confirmation for you. You ignored this one. You ignored these first two. You're waiting for another one. I hope you are getting it. So that's to say, your first two, you are trying to, if anything comes and alter it, just wait for the next candle. Alter like what? In a situation whereby you see there's a rejection that comes in. Like this is a rejection candle. A long wick with a body is a rejection candle. Don't panic, just wait. You can still wait for the next opportunity. So you can ignore. If you were trying to sell, you are sure the first confirmation happened, it closes. Sorry, notice that I'm kind of repeating this because I want to make sure that you are getting it, especially for those of us that are yet to really grab this gist in candlesticks. So you were sure this is your first confirmation, it has closed above. I've gotten that. So the next confirmation is that you are waiting for a candle to also close that is higher than this high. But something happened, because it will always happen. The market will always be the market. Something happened that there's a rejection down. Sellers push them down and the body closes. You know what I'll do? Just ignore these people. Wait. Observe. Keep observing. Okay? Instead of that, instead of going in, you can wait for another candle to start forming. Wait for another candle to start forming. Okay? Forming. That candle should be able to be higher than the wick here. Okay? Closes. Another candle. If another candle comes up and do what? Closes higher than this one. Notice that it's still breaking your level. This candle here have broken this level. The next one have broken the level and closes higher than this one. This is another confirmation. So even while you ignore this one, you didn't just want to enter, because at this point, if you had entered here, There's already a rejection showing you that sellers are coming. Oh, market might just pull down, put you on red or on loss. But if you had waited for this very candle to form, the next one forms and closes above this one, that it closes higher than this one. The next one that comes, you can do what? Take your buy. You can take your buy here. Because at this point, it is clear that this is a high, this is a high, this is a high, and this is a high. Uptrend is composed or comprises of the series of higher highs. So you're already seeing your higher highs playing here. Higher high means this high is higher than this one, right? This high is higher than this one. Let me get this. This is a high, but this high here is higher than this high. This high here is higher than this one. This high here is higher than this high. It's a sure confirmation. And if you use your, let's not go into trend line, but if you do this, you're going to see it's going up. That is your sure confirmation. I'm going to repeat. There should be a break above the level. Set for an uptrend, there should be a break above the level, which this is a break 4890. A break means candle should close above this level. This is a close. To be sure, if you are to buy, another candle should close. There should be another close here. This close is higher than this one. But in a situation whereby, okay, you have a candle that comes with a long wick down and closes like this, please ignore that trade, because this is showing, this red here is showing what? Rejection. This red is rejection. We no go gree. We no allow you people to pass here. That's sellers trying to come in to fight them. We can't allow. This long wick shows that they tried. Remember, I called this long candle, this long tail, I called it failure. They tried and failed. So you should just wait. These people, they have come, they've won, leave it. But in this case, should you ignore the buy? You can just observe. Wait here. Observe the next thing that comes up. The next thing that comes might just be another candle. Another candle now comes up. Still on that same level, because whenever it gets to a round number, a lot of things happen. That is where their major fight is. You see candle getting slow, okay? You see candle, like series of things happens there. So you want to be observant when you get to your round numbers. So if another candle comes up, form, closes like this, another candle comes up, closes above, that you're already getting your confirmation, because this is a high, this is a high. Enter at another candle, because at this point it is sure confirmed that 3 candles have broken that levels. So at this point, this is your higher highs. You can do what? You can place your buy. Same thing applies to your low, okay? To your sell rather. So that is your confirmation candles, and how you can be sure that sellers will be buyers or sellers are truly in the market. I think I want to show us this. Let me take us back to the assignment that was done. Somebody submitted this and I loved it so much. Can you see these candles? Now, this was a level he marked here, which is what? 4870. I love that he got the level clearly. 4870. Have you seen that? Buyers were actually in the market with these green candles you are seeing here. This is buyers in the market, but he didn't buy. Buyers were in the market. And have you seen that there is a close? Where did this candle close? Somewhere here, right? It closed and broke. Broke above the 4870. Have you seen the next candle coming? There's a long wick down and a body still closes up. The whole thing is about the body, not necessarily the wick. In fact, you see this wick here? This long leg you are seeing here, this long tail is showing you that buyers are still in power. Okay? But let's leave that one. So, It closes above here. Can you see the next candle closes what? Above. The third candle, you should have already entered your sell, your buy rather. You should have entered your buy here. By the time you take a buy, your buy should have been at maybe somewhere here where the price is at 4,873 or 75 as the case may be. So you can take your buy here. Have you seen that because of that the fact that there was a close above this level showed you that this set of people are truly in control. Buyers are already truly in control here. So at this point, you notice that it kept buying up, kept buying up, kept buying up, kept buying up. So you must have banked your money from here to here. You should have closed on profits. So this really played out because, in fact, even at this point, the person didn't take, he only took this 4870, right? Have you noticed a round number here? Please take a look at this. 4860. Can you see 4860? Can you see that there's a close above 4860? There's a close, there's a break. This is the first break you should wait for. Okay? That's the break. Can you see that there's another candle that comes and closes above, higher than this candle? This candle here is higher than this candle. You should also wait for this one to close. The next one that comes, this is the one you enter. You can see enter here, but it's wrong because anything can happen, like I said. For me, I always wait for some confirmations first. So have you seen that if you had entered this market at this point, at this third candle, you should have been making money from here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you seen? You should have made profit from there. So I really love this, and I'm sure you've gotten the point, especially with this example. With this person will have made money all the way from here, buying up. So that's where we're gonna stop. I hope you've gotten the gist from today's class. Thank you.